Yeah, this is a poem called Worst Case that speaks to both of those things. To whom it may concern, well, it's official. God is dead and peyote vision quest just result in bipolar syndrome. We've known the fates are Marlboro cartoons since Darwin said humans are the adapted sons of dirt. The West has won, and love doesn't exist. And your dreams are nothing but breaks between business hours. Welcome to Earth. There is nothing left now but boredom, rusted over teeth, and neural pathways slowly frozen shut because you are a meatbag. You are 90% ocean. And you will die holding on and unsure and alone, so let's just skip to the next day. Picture this. Rough-hewn hemp cloth folded over a mannequin and 5 feet of soil released to the air for the first time in 400 years. You died before your parents and never married. Almost asexual by the end, in fact, although you never worded it quite like that, there were 5 mourners. An overly nice coworker who left early and your activist ex-girlfriend. Your best high school nemesis and the folks. Ray pushed a fat avocado seed deep in the middle of the grassless mound at the last second as you always did make the best Mexican this side of San Francisco, and hours later him and Juliet shared a fatty between you and a clear black night. They almost didn't have sex. And then who knows? Maybe in 30 years, a decomposed bit of brain that used to hold the memory of your first kiss is smushed inside a hungry toddler's guacamole sandwich, the fruits of our family's secret tree. Unearthed due to a massive earthquake, you are dispersed among a pack of wild raccoon heading south for the winter, and your chewed remains are lactic acid as they run through a sun-swept field of green. The greatest grass grown from your big toe became milk. Now, mostly you splashed out Andre's nostrils when someone said his mother's so fat that other fat mamas orbit her. But whatever stayed down may have become bone, or maybe you were tilled and mixed with concrete and rebuilt, but wherever you go, please, if it ends up that you still can, forgive Ray and Juliet for what they did on your gravesite. They both agree now that it was bad taste considering the circumstances, but in their defense, they were both really high and sad and vulnerable and still. It was inspired by you in the end. You were the start of many good things. At least I hope so. Your future godson, Bastille. The devil dies, day we decide. How dare you call this feast I set before you swill, the swine set before the blind apostle, the kind apostate that dressed like a Samaritan is more than your pastor. Both are pieces imbued with the power to cross jaggedly. The willowed sweet woman that stabs with the hate of a rapist is the flip of a coin toss. I have a double-sided silver dollar for an instinct. You do. We are a blood-soaked extension cord, one and all, bear-trapped hair-trigger suicide, a devil's haircut. In some deep part of your mind, there is a reason so many Christians don't care about the environment, treating life like a game, and existence like a test, and God like a mascot or a mirror, Satan like some chaos I don't know, spit globules like babies and retards, the words locked in boxes like you can never ignore the Pandora in the room. The devil dies the day you choose it. Say, I am the dirt too. Dirt is God, grow is God, and death is rest too. Sun is death, flowers. I am so asthmatic that the spring brings nooses with it. Shots fired, will fired, I don't know. No more than a black hole, no more known than tomorrow is. This fragile wisp, this gift. I'm not assuming babies are born anything but matter. What does it matter? Innocence like a dying virgin is anything but a choice. What I'm saying, what do you think you know? You know. If you don't know, then why not choose love? Choose love. Be ignorant and wide-eyed. Choose love. You know. we don't. Jupiter's dark spot measures 100,000 astrodomes. Asia's a toe print pressed into the coarse sand of a small shore from the right height. That is not a metaphor. Airplane as an insect, day as a crimped paper corner on a large book, back of the rare section where the tones of history are, there is a novella called Human. You woke up like this is a single drop of ink. Slow down, look up, in like monks, so small, breathe out, black, widowed spider of a world war smooth near a sneaker's toe. Go, go, don't stop your fear. The devil is a small thing, and nothing we know goes farther than your voice box, cute ant, singular and quiet. Let it die, child human, here. Feel your feet turn empty of their size. Devil dies tonight, empty of truth, humble as sun rays on Sundays that cut through golden and pure before they're gone. Die small, small enough to be brave, moving, ghost-like. All of this is gravy. Even in the grave, grab handfuls and laugh hard. Be kind, kind child, joyful idiot, king of a childhood sandpit, queen of cards, and chief of the most effervescent corner store in the country. You're enough, you're enough. This is what it's like to breathe. This is from this is a recent poem from a place called The Village. It's a nonprofit that's in North Philly, where I come from, and kind of like a program that they had and that I was going to be involved in. It's called Chicken Dinner. I refuse to put a chicken recipe on a note card at the village block party hosted by a king. New growth nonprofits somehow still corralling colors into stoop sits like it was a church social. A social media tinged program brought me here, and the kids are all about including these things, a recipe from each, dissected on the spot for possible grown and sexy potluck in an old growth X-lot made into a mural arts type almost. It was a good idea. Black felt heavy that night. A fur coat in June, tinted glasses that don't come off, Geordie LaForge's visor as an implant, overgrown street, an alien landscape, even if it is home. And I baked jerk last night. I had fried friends and am nursing a lingering Popeyes addiction, but there with representation in hand, I thought there had to be something else. So I stalled and let the note card flip-flop between my knuckles, lapped up the early fall breeze, and let the volunteer wait to retrieve his pen as I regarded the rumble underfoot like riverstone. Across the street, I peeked a rail-thin white printmaker prodding vegan dressing from a stubborn bottle beside a big dude that could easily pass for a pookie. And by then, I just smiled and said, fuck it, let them eat kale. North Philly Community Gardens burst with this almost weed anyway. Let us eat kale while Bad Boy plays smooth bumping jazz soul loops in through the lean twilight. There will be plenty of diverse creeds of chicken submitted without fail. I hope at least one will be made, but for now, let's recommission sunflower seeds we tested the aerodynamics of in years past and make for a crunching note. Do this because this is what my mom does, not because it's what makes a white girl grin, because this too is black. And then Pookie muses with me on the need for a Photoshop instructor, because that too is black. And a girl called Queen quotes Nirvana when asked right. And I want to program websites more than I want to write poems this afternoon, but shit, we can dance, Mom. Gran on the odd side of the street feels it, rolls it, and I smile, want to shake along with her, but I don't know, but I don't somehow. She's like 70-something. King starts to spin stride and a young boy's ears perk up. It's the one where Q and Fife trade affirmations on how curiously on point they are over a plucked bass. And I am sometime in a past decade now, centered on a stoop steps, silent except for a snapping thumb and middle finger. I forget so much. What happened past college and last Thursday? Maybe 2 chicken dishes would be enough, long as one had a sour tinge. It's more real that way. The music died then. The sky took on a foreboding indigo creep. North Philly sighs and rolls in its covers, all blaze smells and mumble mouths, but smiling a little, hooking fingers through belt loops, plucking the taut parts and staying with fly, eating chicken and kale on a Sunday, even if we don't know God like we once did, but still feeling it though. The sound of things, how they spill out and reveal themselves, like the answer to a prayer. I'm seriously going to need to be careful. So I was smelling this. I was like, wow, this place has a real nice kind of like old wood kind of smell. Ended up that my computer case was a little bit too close to this light there. So yeah, it's not the kind of smell. I'm actually looking for it. So I had to put out a small little thing in the middle of that poem. If you didn't notice, then hey, I'm feeling good. This poem's called Status Message. Pink is the new black, black as the current poor, poor as the old gay. Education is a kind of union, learning as a type of love, and civil as a kind of human, a kind of oppression is a blind God who's also kind, so I can't blame him for being ignorant, right? God as the mixed hipster with a fresh donut, dusted with an indigenous spice and a L, posing as heaven. The hipster wears a black slang on her mouth, like a new shade of lipstick, a fresh coat of master. Pride is the new oppressive. Oppression is the most easily moneyed pain. It is the bravest character on a sitcom, but survival is a what now? Dignity's a new who. You live where? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I heard that's really not a safe area, is it? That neighborhood is dangerous. That's a bad neighborhood. That neighborhood is bad, man. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know the best place to rent a plush piece of wilderness is the New Tears trails? Talk to my landlord. Silence is a fine policeman. Lawyer makes for great lassos, a fresh whatever, man. White supremacy worse in a just christened jail is a bruised birth canal. Stop and frisk is a pleasant stroll to brunch. My business district is a mangy dog waiting to be put down, and the next gay is not a wave or a march, but a hole, a leak, an old wound wrapped in graying gauze and stuffed in a nice shoe, and your pain is a blip. It's the cutest bleep from a cute goat, a funky new beat for me to analyze. Your pain, Black American everything, is a most convenient obituary. Oh. We're already here. Sorry. This is 20 nigger haiku. 1. Rape a family for decades, call children whiners, declare case closed. 2. Forget happy endings, sometimes Hitler wins and the world builds a mall. 3. Of all the famous faces, my boss said I most resemble Michael Vick. 4. Lost, I asked for directions, and the woman broke into a sprint. 5. Learning what duration of stare it takes to make the office tell less crackhead jokes. 6. Walking with white girlfriend when police saw my voice as a violent act. 7. It is hard to stay proud when your face lowers property values. 8. When my arm was twisted backwards and the cop said I reached for his gun. 9. What it means when shame is sown and the only word I have left for a past. 10. The identical stares that say the world is exactly what it must be. 11. The slow gas of yes when my grandmom echoed, she can't stand black boys too. 12. The daily shrugs that say, look, you live. Some people are already dead. 13. 13. 13. It's okay to laugh, rock, to give up God and then eat more fried chicken. 14. What's on the mirror, and every black child that it is not your fault. 15. When learning no one's fear trumps my right to demand respect. 16. On learning no one's fear trumps every black person's right to love and care. 17. Nothing will wash off me. Niggers, my bowels, my mountain, nothing should. 18. We were bred distrusting dreams, but ideas are less stubborn than people. 19. Naive is just another kind of hope, the one we fear will come true. And 20. So beautifully dwarfed, and so small. Let's play until we sleep as sound as infants.